not really excited about doing this, to be perfectly honest with you. It's almost 1,000,000 volts. Yeah, that's pretty significant. G'day legends, welcome back to Electrician Reacts Part 5, and oh my god, Part 4 absolutely took off like a rocket. I have not had a video do that before, but then it kind of came crashing back down to reality. But, you know, that's just the way the algorithm apparently works. But I wouldn't have gotten there without your awesome suggestions and comments. So rather than sort of following the algorithm and doing another electro boom, which is probably what I should be doing, I'm going to use some of your suggestions. And people have been mentioning Richard Hammond. Now, I know Richard Hammond does the BBC Top Gear. He's a co-presenter on that. But he also, do remember him being in something called Brainiac, which is like a science show. The only thing I really remember from that is actually like a boob experiment where guys would look at boobs for a long time. Anyway, so I am going to look at Richard Hammond and some of the other stuff that he is doing with electrical whatever. But before we get into the video, I do want to say that if you want to become part of this awesome growing community, and there are some wicked people in the comments here, I love all of my subscribers. Could you please hit that subscribe button? That really helps me get motivated to make more of these awesome React videos. Plus, hit that like button so we can get this video shown to more people. It really helps the algorithm bump it up. All right, let's just jump straight into Richard Hammond. I'm going to blind react to some of this stuff. I know one of the comments did say something about an electric fence, so I might just start there and see what happens. So let's just do this one.
Ever held onto an electric fence? It hurts. Farmers use electric fences to keep cattle in and foxes out. If an animal touches the fence, it gets a shock and it runs away. Today, by holding on to this fence designed to shock horses, the Brainiacs are going to learn all about electricity.
Okay, yeah, so electric fence works by shooting a really high voltage DC potential out of the wire. So if you touch the wire, and then it's usually connected to earth. I do believe that sometimes they do run some sort of tracking line down the side of the fence, and that's just for a better return path if the cattle or whatever the horses hit it. So yeah, not a good idea to touch an electric fence, but let's see.
This Brainiac is going to touch the fence and get an electric shock. This happens because when he touches the fence, he completes the circuit between the...
So, I wonder if they've turned this down because I don't know if I'd be volunteering to be touching the fence, but anyway.
Live wire and the ground.
Yeah.
The charge goes from the fence itself into the Brainiac.
Also notice that he's got bare feet. He's not wearing any shoes. So, and being DC, that's just going to track straight down through the ground. So, yeah.
Through the Brainiac's body and down into the ground. Then it goes along the ground into the earth stakes, along the earth wires, and back into the unit to complete the circuit. Ouch! And it hurts.
He's loving it.
He's getting pretty fed up with that. So what happens if he stands on these polystyrene tiles?
I mean, it's a bit of a no-brainer. Polystyrene's pretty well-known insulator, so I think this one's
Brainiac, touch the fence. The electricity won't pass through the Brainiac's body because it can't go through the polystyrene tiles to the ground to complete the circuit because they're a good insulator. Off the tiles. Shock. On the tiles. No shock. Off the tiles. Shock.
This actually reminds me of this thing that we've got at work. It's called a insulation resistance tester, or an IR tester, and it's used to test the insulation resistance of a cable. So if there's anything tracking down to earth, and actually I will go and get it. Hang on.
A few moments later.
I'm back. Okay. So this here is what's called an IR tester, or insulation resistance tester. And what you're essentially testing is the continuity or the mega ohm of a cable. You don't want to have any you want to have quite a high resistance within your cable. So it's not tracking to earth is essentially what we're trying to test for. Often, particularly when you're an apprentice, you do use these things to have a little bit of fun and then zap each other. That's why it kind of reminded me of that. Actually, I might do it. I haven't done it for a long time. So let's see. Let's just check the data sheet. I just want to see. All right, let's go down. This is the model that we've got. And in IR mode, the output short circuit current is 1 to 2 milliamps DC. So if you go to an RCD will trip anywhere, at least in Australia, anywhere above 30 milliamps. And if you're in a hospital, it's like 10 milliamps. So I think 1 to 2 milliamps should be perfectly fine for my body to take. So let's just test my insulation resistance. I'm not really excited about doing this, to be perfectly honest with you. I can't believe I'm doing this. Ah! Ow! That is a lot more painful than I remember. Do not try that at home, everyone. Particularly on probably 1,000 volts. Ow! It hurts. So Electro Boom, you can keep it. All right, mate. Let's move on to the electric fence. So this is essentially what they are doing to the cattle, to this brainiac that's holding on. I can't believe he's continuing to do it, but let's just watch.
Every time this light flashes, there's a charge in the fence. Now, if the brainiac's feet aren't touching the ground when it flashes, he shouldn't get shocked. So if he can jump at the right moment, he'll be fine. Brainiac, are you ready? Excellent. On.
It's important to note that the reason that they have it a pulsed output is that so the cattle get an opportunity to actually move away. So there have been instances where cattle or horses have had their head stuck or whatever, limbs stuck within the fence, and over time they do die. So has the potential to actually kill as well.
Grab the fence, do it when I say on, be in the air. Here you go. On. Do you have no sense of rhythm? Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Whoa, now that went further. Where did that end up? Did you feel that? That went as far as that brainiac there. It's killed that brainiac. That's quite impressive.
Love it.
Right, new theory. What happens if we insulate, using these polystyrene tiles, all the brainiacs along the line, apart from the one on the end? Maybe the current will make it all the way. Let's find out. Insulate yourselves, brainiacs.
It will definitely make their way all the way through the people. They will all get shocked 100%. This will be...
Now, the first 4 in the line think that because they're insulated, they wonon't get a shock.
And on my count, touch the fence. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, yeah. Wow. Well, that really works. Because you were insulated, it earthed here, so for the first time, the current made it all the way to the very end. You all got a shock, and that looked quite severe at this end. That hurt.
So I might just check out, there was somebody that mentioned an electric car, electrocuting car or something. I might just... Richard Hammond struck by a lightning car. Let's check that out.
Your point being...
Well, what happens if you're struck by lightning in a car?
Oh, you'll be all right, though, because you've got rubber tyres.
Not necessarily, you see, because car makers don't test for this sort of thing. So, after being pelted by golf balls, Top Gear arranged for a car to be struck by lightning.
The tyre theory is kind of silly because if lightning is going to flow all the way from the sky to the ground, it can probably bypass some tyres.
These transformers can generate almost 2 million volts of
That's a lot of volts.
electricity.
Yeah.
But today they're going to use that electricity for something else, to make lightning. They're going to zap me and this car with 800,000 volts, which is a lot.
It's almost 1 million volts. Yeah, that's pretty significant.
in your house runs on 240 volts. If it hits me directly, they'll clear me away with a shovel. The lightning will come out of these transformers, along the wires, and then shoot down to the car.
Okay, so just notice, I want to go back to that.
And then
okay, just note that the size of the conductor is minute, which obviously correlates to the amount of current. So although it's going to be almost 1,000,000 volts, the current will be extremely low. So this is why and this is the stuff that kills you. Remember before when I zapped myself, it was only up from 1 to 2 milliamps. Now this is, I don't know what type of current it's going to be, but just note that it's not going to be a large amount of current, just a high amount of volts.
Shoot down to the car. What was that?
Okay, I was about to raise the voltage.
You're starting to raise the voltage. Hey! Oh, now it's doing stuff to my car. I've got error up on the dashboard.
Yeah, I'm actually interested to know, a lot of the things that I repair, the instrumentation that I do, is a result of lightning strikes. We've got surge arresters everywhere to try and protect from this stuff. So sensitive electronic equipment is super susceptible to lightning strike and high voltages.
Handbrake light flashing. So it works. Assuming I'm not now talking to you with wings and a harp, I'm alive. Question is the car? Well, the electric windows work, obviously. Light.
I don't know why obvious. I mean, it is just a motor, so they, but it may be controlled by electronics. I don't know why that was obvious, but anyway.
They work. Stereo. That's nice. Lovely. Indicators.
Oh, I just figured it out because he put the window down. Idiot.
I mean, everything. And it starts.
That is amazing.
Works. Amazing.
Yeah. See, Richard? Amazing. All right, I'm going to wrap this one up, but I've had heaps of fun reacting to and also breaking down Richard Hammond's scientific crazy experiments. And the reason that I actually went and did this is because you guys left comments and suggestions below. So if you've got any more, I would love to know. But next week, I think I'm almost up to 1,000 subs. So I'm going to do something really cool with Electro Boom. And I think it might have something to do with an electric guitar, potentially. So, but if you're not subscribed, I would ask you now, if you wouldn't mind subscribing. You've made it to the end here, so obviously you found some value in this, but also hit that like button. But until next time, please make sure that you are not zapping yourself with an IR tester, because it really hurts.